Can Africans in diaspora, especially Nigerians, stop threatening their children with, "I will send you back home" whenever they misbehave? Why do we constantly threaten our children with their home country? Keep misbehaving and I will send you back home. Many parents say these things casually. And yes, maybe in that moment, it gets the child to behave properly. But I don't think many people realize the kind of psychological damage this can cause for your child over time. Because what are you trying to actually communicate to that child subconsciously? You are telling them that where they come from is a place of punishment, a place people are sent to suffer, a place associated with shame, hardship, and regret. You are unintentionally shooting arrows into their identity and fracturing it slowly. Because one day, these children will eventually grow up and they will realize something important. They are not fully American. They are not fully British. They are not fully Canadian or wherever it is you are residing in. No matter how integrated they become, there will always be a part of them that will be connected to their roots. But now, there's another problem. They also cannot anchor themselves in their origin because their origin was presented to them as a thing of shame, as punishment, as the place bad children are sent to. And honestly, identity is too important for us to play carelessly with it. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand that many African countries are struggling, but I don't think we should be the ones teaching our children to despise where they come from. Why can't we tell them the beautiful parts, the food, the music, the stories, the languages, the fashion? Why must their only emotional association with home be suffering and punishments? I used to think this was just a Nigerian thing until recently I got on the phone with a Ghanaian acquaintance. A toddler was throwing tantrums repeatedly and suddenly she shouted, "Stop that now, unless I'll send you back to Ghana." This child was barely 2 years old. And I just paused internally because at that age, the identity of that child is already forming. If you know my story, you will know that I moved to the US very reluctantly. And before we moved, I gave just a very few conditions. And one of the conditions is this: we'll never bash Nigeria in front of our kids because identity is a very serious thing to me and I want my children going up whole. I do not want any part of who they are to be associated with shame. They are still young now. Eventually, they'll grow older. They will discover the strengths and weaknesses of their roots by themselves. But I refuse to fracture their identity before they have the opportunity to understand it for themselves. Honestly, I think many immigrant parents need to think more deeply about this because children don't just inherit passports, they inherit narratives. The way you speak about their roots eventually becomes the way they feel about themselves. A child should never feel that their origin is a punishment because when a child feels ashamed of where they come from, you quietly make them feel ashamed of a part of themselves.